Week 7, we did a lot of putting data into graphs and just giving it a visualization, like giving it like a representation that's more visually appealing for people to look at and see. So for the first one, it was comprehensive stock analysis dashboard that had a price chart with moving averages, volume analysis, returns distribution, and technical indicators. So we go to chat. I just made sure it like would go into the Jupyter notebook that I've been using. And then I had to download a little bit of the things and make sure that they're still working. And then for the first one, I just had to create code for it. And then it also created an error, as you can tell. And so it kept doing this error, and then it had that. So as you can tell, it says that the ADJ close is not present in the download stock data from Y Finance. And I know that people were having problems with it this past week with the Y Finance, but mine hasn't really had that much of a problem. But I did end up anyways using the technology we got in class from it, which was, one second, which was using AlphaVantage. So I did end up putting it into the code so it can give me some realistic data as well. Um, so I redid it, it gave me a new one, and then it gave me another error, and it just kept telling me to fix it and stuff like that. So, um, and then I had to put in the actual AlphaVantage data, as you can tell, which is what that is. It's the key for it. So then I did that, and then it gave me a new code, and it was just kind of like it kind of just was like a back and forth with this, and so it finally gave me the API key into it, and from there it was easier. Um, but so this is the first one on a Python, and so the first three graphs, it gave me the IBM price chart with moving averages, and then you could see the close price, the 10-week, and then the 4-week. And then you also had the trading volume for IBM, which IBM was the like example that ended up giving me. And then there's the returns distribution that can give you the mean, standard deviation, and then the skewness. And then there's also the indicator as well, which compares MACD and the signal as well. And then for this next one, we are going to talk about the portfolio visualization. And that one was within what I was saying earlier. It just kind of got put into it all. But anyways, so for this one, this is the code for it. It's pretty long, but this one's going to represent Apple, Google, Tesla, Amazon, and Microsoft. And then it had the historical data from January 1st, 2023 to March 1st, 2024. And then it just gave you some access to look over. And then this one was really cool because it gave you like 4 different graphs to look at. So one's a heat map, as you can see, the risk versus return with the assets in the portfolio. And then you have the performance comparison, and then you also have the portfolio asset allocation, which they're all fairly equal, besides like maybe Tesla and Apple, which Apple has 25% and Tesla has 15%. And then this one I had to download NPL Finance right next after that. And then for this last one, um, this was going to candlestick charts, and I ended up using this, and it gave me that. It gave me that code right there, and then it gave me an error again, and I just put it into chat, and it just gave me a new code, and then it was telling me to reinstall some things as well. So I kept going back and forth, and then I finally figured out how to get all the implementations to work that I needed, like the extra NPL finance and all that stuff. So, and then it was just like a little back and forth situation for a second, and then it didn't want to work for a second. Like, it was just like a bunch of back and forth. And it kept giving me the same error as well. So, I don't know what was going on with that, but it eventually got fixed. And then finally gave me code again, and then I also had to have the top graph because the top graph was originally not showing it. So, I finally got it to where it was going to show something. And so for this one, you go down, As you can tell, the first graph was not showing anything. And then it did give me the volume and the price chart, and then it gave me an IBM candlestick chart as well as support resistance, which you can see the support and then the resistance right there, and then right there, and then that's the resistance. And then this one kind of just like all over the place a little bit with the volume and the price. But anyways, I ended up doing it again, and then it weirdly ended up giving me it combined. I don't know why. I don't know why at all, honestly, but it didn't give me the blank chart though as well. So yeah, that was for week 7.